Welcome to Curtis 3 Reads. I'm Curtis Filer III, and each week I will bring you Friday Frights. Scary short stories, usually from Reddit. If that sounds like something of interest to you, follow the second rule and the rule of 3 and subscribe. I won't ask you to follow the first rule until the end. Today, I'm bringing you 2 stories from the subreddit nosleep. So gather around for Friday Frights. We start with The LUMPS by user Ellie the Mermaid 129. I woke one morning with the lumps on my stomach. One night I was normal. The next I wasn't. It all happened so suddenly. My life was stripped from me in a blink. A snap of the fingers. I still can't believe it. I was terrified. The doctors were positively stumped. They had never seen anything like them before. 2 large, baseball-sized lumps on both sides of my rib cage, making 4 total. Now, they didn't hurt. When I poked them with my fingers, the flesh subsided and then reformed almost like a squishy stress ball. "Look," my girlfriend began. "I don't know what these are, but you need to keep going to a specialist until they figure out what the hell they are, because they're getting bigger." Oh my God. Sure enough, looking down revealed softballs now? They were growing. Fucking growing. "Cancer," one doctor told me. "No way," another doctor said. "I checked out your biopsies, and well, I've never seen anything like it before. I don't think your cells are cancerous in nature. They aren't replicating per se. They're, well, I don't know how to say this. They're spawning out of thin air." He snapped his fingers. "Imagine a magician," the doctor said. "Wait, what?" I said. "Just humor me. Imagine a magician has nothing in his hand. He closes his fist, and then, boom, a ball appears when he reopens his hand. That's you. Your cells. I mean, you look in the microscope, blank, and your cell count has doubled." "What does that mean?" I asked. "I don't know. I recommend 24-hour medical supervision. I'd like to, with your consent, help find out what's happening to you." Yeah, all right, I said. Within a day, after copious amounts of paperwork, I was set up in a luxurious hospital suite, TV nurses on call 24/7, and even a PlayStation. It wasn't bad until the eyes. All 4 lumps now had blinking, working corneas. Their eyes flickered around the room and shockingly cried when I cried. All 4 eyes eventually got a yellow sleep crust in the corner of the retinas. The nurses scraped it out with cotton swabs, but they gagged and complained about it. As they got bigger and more bloodshot, the eyes locked onto me, never averting their gaze. It freaked me out. Then they started to form little sprouts, like a weed. Little, bony masses jutted out of the corneas. The eyes stopped blinking then. The sprouts eventually became small, little limbs. Limbs that grew until one day the limbs became legs. Legs that touched the ground like an arachnid. I couldn't control these limbs at all, but they were firm and hairy, almost like a tarantula's. They twitched and jerked randomly, as if their nervous system wasn't up and running completely, or as if they were somehow separate from my brain. I was petrified. The doctors injected me with morphine, and then they said they wanted to attempt something, a full amputation. They did the operation, and it seemed initially successful until They grew back. They cut them off again, this time with hacksaws. They grew back. They burned them with a blowtorch. They grew back. They dissolved them in hydraulic acid. They grew back. I've been here for over a year now. My girlfriend left me. She's been calling me a freak on social media and said I should join a circus. My family has disowned me. I get my weekly removal, as I like to call it. Honestly, though, the worst part isn't the lumps themselves. It's losing my humanity, my self-worth, my human dignity, my normalcy. Being stripped of my social life, shunned by my family, laughed at on social media by people who said they were my friends. No gifts, get well soon balloons, nothing. That's the worst part of it all. I don't even know where to go from here. I live in a hospital. I don't even want to imagine how much medical debt I've racked up. It's gotta be in the tens of millions. I feel like a lab rat, unable to leave my cage. I can't even wear a shirt anymore. Hopefully I get cured, but I think we all know that's not going to happen. I'm going to die alone, a freak. Did you enjoy that? How would you feel having limbs sprouting randomly? Would you abandon a loved one in such a condition? Tell me in the comments below. Let's continue. The next story is called Are You Real? By user Prickly. Are you real? A man rasped from the darkness. I looked around, confused. Me? I shrugged, unnerved by the strange ask. The beeline swooshed to a stop, and I leapt aboard. Luckily, the guy didn't follow. The train car was empty, something I've become accustomed to while working grave shift. I sat beside the door, relaxing as best as I could on the hard plastic bench. The metro began to slow, and the speaker crackled to life. Static lasted longer than usual, prompting me to open one eye. I nearly jumped out of my skin. Across from me, I saw the man, grinning ear to ear, his chapped lips split and bloodied. He rode from outside the subway. I shot forward in my seat, rubbing my eyes. He was still there. Are you real? The speaker called over the roaring static. No, not static. That was the interference of rushing wind. The train slowed to a halt. In that instant, I shot one more look to find the maniac gone. I picked up my backpack and bolted. Not a single soul walked the streets. Not a man, a cat, nor a mouse. I passed the gate into the parking lot, but the toll booth was dark. Sleeping on the job? I choked, desperate for a normal interaction. After a minute of creeping silence, static chirped twice. Are you? The same man began, but I sprinted before he could finish. The halls were pitch dark. I frantically crashed through the darkness, tripping on a discarded box of empty beers. Clang, clang, clack! Still, the hall remained dark, lifeless. Are you real? The man's gravely voice echoed from both ends of the hall, reverberating through my head. I crawled the last two doors until I arrived at my own. I gulped as soon as I saw it. Unlocked and ajar. I slammed the door shut behind me, disregarding the potential noise complaint. Right then, my television buzzed to life. In a blink, I locked the door behind me and rushed to the den. No matter what I pressed, nor even when I pulled the plug, the TV wouldn't go off. "We have reports of a missing person," the TV called, then proceeded to name my name. Biting my nails, I watched as my name and my face popped up. My name, my face. "Has been missing for just about 2 weeks now. If you have seen them, please contact the authorities right away." I have been going to work, shopping, hitting the gym. No way in hell I've been missing for 2 damn weeks. I called every single number I knew. Some even picked up. "I'm okay," I shouted, only to hear unamused responses. "Hello? Is anyone there?" They would always say, then would hang up. Phone, SMS, and all my other means of communication are gone. This is my last hope. Please, someone, I need to know the answer. That man keeps repeating his question. Are you real? Do you feel real? Are you sure you're real? Thank you for tuning in to my first video. I'm a voice actor, and this is a way for me to practice and have a creative outlet with my wife. I welcome helpful critique. I've really enjoyed making this video, and I'm looking forward to bringing you more content. Please follow the rule of 3. Like the video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell when I post Friday Frights for you. Follow me on my journey on my 3 socials, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. The links are down below, and I will see you next time. Sleep tight.